aren't working, so I think we're live. You got the TV on? No? We're good? All right, we're good. It's Wednesday edition. Pick Central brought to you by Fireball. Sometimes life can get serious fast and adult responsibilities become overwhelming, but everybody needs an excuse to let loose and have some fun. During the moments of stressful adulting and letting yourself have some fun, Fireball Whiskey is there to help you say F it and free your fire. Fireball takes any event to the next level, whether it's a mundane work happy hour, a crazy pregame, or just watching football with some friends. Fireball is all about flipping the script on life and turning everyday events into ones you'll be telling stories about for years. Fireball's iconic cinnamon flavor takes fire and goes down easy, making it the ultimate crowd pleaser. That's why it's the #1 shot in the U.S. The Fireball 50-milliliter shooters are perfect to ignite a pregame, tailgate, or darty, plus no shot glass needed. Just crack it and knock it back. Mincy, I'm sure you saw some of these little shooters down in Ole Miss.
Oh, man, yeah. You see them running around the Grove.
Nothing but high class.
Yeah, no, you see them on the Grove.
Caviar and Fireball. Best tailgate in Mississippi.
Keeps you warm.
Next time you're deciding between adulting and fun, say F it and free your fire with an ice-cold shot of Fireball. All right. Guess we got to open the show with the guy who hit 7th most home runs in a season.
The undisputed home run king.
Undisputed home run champion.
1 sec. Buy the shirts. I got it on.
The Home Run King shirts.
Yeah, last night. Go figure they scored 7 runs.
Got the Aaron Judge Home Run King shirts.
These are fire shirts.
They are fire.
Most home runs in a season in the history of baseball. No one's ever hit more than 62.
Everyone go get them. These
Any
are
league.
Roger Maris doesn't have to be traiped around the country anymore like he's a
amazing
hostage.
Shirts. Let's just talk about it because there's 2 things to talk about. One, the guy catching it. He left the stadium and he just took it. And obviously,
he didn't work out a deal?
No, he still has it. And he's already been offered $2 million by an auction place. Everyone's saying like he's rich already, which is, I don't care about that. Do you think that like Judge like a little deep down's like fuck? I wish I like had that ball, or he's just like
He said it. He said. I believe my understanding is he requested the ball, but also acknowledged. I understand why someone would want.
You know what happened with Roger Maris, right? Like Roger Maris when he we talking Yankees. They're fucking
baseball.
Yankees. Both of them just put their heads down.
I took merch. Listen, Black Friday's coming up. You speaking of merch? I took a merch text. I didn't take a.
All right, took a merch text.
I didn't take a Joey Donuts text.
All right.
Go ahead. What happened with Roger Maris?
Roger Maris, when he hit his 61st home run, the fan actually met Maris and was like, "Here's the ball back." And Maris said, "No, you'd be an idiot. Go sell that."
Wow.
That's a cool ass. If that happens, like, because he knows like Roger Maris has the money, like the fan did earn it, I guess. But it's such a weird thing where it's like this guy hit 62 home runs. He should be able to have his ball. But I also obviously understand you should probably keep that and make $2 million.
The interesting thing was the story that came out recently with McGuire. The guy who caught McGuire's 70th, I want to say, was making like $30,000. He wanted to meet McGuire. Part of the deal was like we'd probably give it back if he met McGuire. McGuire tells him no. He sells it for $3 million, I think.
McGuire, I've heard a lot of I've heard a lot of behind the scenes stuff that isn't the nicest about it.
I've heard honestly like Aaron Joe. I've met him, but like I've heard he's the nicest guy. Ken Griffey Jr. just went on the Pivot podcast and was just like saying how he texted him. They text back and forth saying like congratulations. Said that he's the nicest guy in the world.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy.
Well, you see what a difference makes when you're roided and when you're not.
Yeah.
You're just a better person.
You're just a better guy. You're a nice guy. He's a piece of shit.
I just don't get why everyone I guess if this guy on Salvador Perez did this, everyone would be so happy for the guy. Everyone just has a problem with everything the Yankees have to do. 62 home runs, no matter what, is a fucking crazy accomplishment.
Undisputed. Undisputed home run.
Second
if you don't like it, you lick my balls.
Second home runs is like 39 or 40, right?
And the worst
like,
this year,
Yeah, but I mean, that's like, think about how insane that is.
I don't even know if
he
it's
hit
40.
62 in this era. I mean, I saw a stat the other day what are there 2 people in the National League hitting 300 this year? I mean, to hit 62 with like how low the scoring is now in the non-roid era, that's like hitting 75 or 80 during the steroid.
And hit over 310 this year.
Yeah, no, and that's like hitting 340.
Yeah, and the thing is that everyone is so dumb too on the internet. It's like, oh, did they throw him a meatball? Morons, every home run is a mistake pitch unless you went out and got it. Like, usually when you hit a home run is that the pitcher fucked up and left it over the plate. That's just a fact. That's how you hit home runs.
Yeah, I mean, like, sorry, sorry someone challenged him.
It was a slider.
Threw him a pitch that over the plate.
It was a slider that he fucked up and it went down the middle, and the best hitter in the world hit a home run. I just don't get that narrative at all. People just don't like to be happy.
I haven't even
the Yankees thing.
Yeah, I haven't really been entertaining that kind of stuff because that's what I'm saying, the undisputed thing, because people get so mad.
Oh, that's the
They're
best.
so mad, and I'm like, I just don't care.
It'll be like Barry Bonds, like,
Well, it is. I mean,
it's so
obvious that Bonds and Sosa.
I mean,
if out of their minds.
If Judge was on steroids, he would have hit 80.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
And the thing is, though, like, and that's what I made clear. I don't have problems with the steroids thing. I
don't either. I don't give a shit.
I hope imagine Aaron Judge taking steroids. It'd be
Baseball knew what was going on.
Of course they did.
They had just got out of a strike. It was 4 years after a strike. They were desperate for viewers. They were desperate to get people talking about baseball, become baseball's pastime. They knew what the fuck was going on.
I think that
baseball looked the other way. Which is probably why they're not going to take away the records, because it was a handshake deal with McGuire and those guys of like, yeah, like, we need you.
Yeah,
and not going to take away. They should.
Someone brought this up yesterday. It was like, we should make a rule of just you get one player on your team that gets to take steroids. Just one. One guy. So we could give it to Judge or Stanton and just give him steroids.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Do you strategically give it to your best guy, or do you give it to like a middle guy?
I think you give it to Stanton.
You guys should have gave it to Gallo.
Yeah,
but he still can't. Yeah, but
attribute him to do something.
But steroids doesn't make you hit the ball.
Like,
fair enough. Batting 180, it doesn't help your hand.
Rizzo would be he'd hit 60 because he already hits home runs, and like, we might as well give him 30 more.
I heard Stan both at 30 this year.
I just want to say, like, be a real shame if, Aaron Judge broke the single season home run record, like you guys are saying, and then you guys just didn't win the World Series. Be a real shame.
Is that the Orioles fan in the back?
I'm just saying. Listen, we've had the same amount of success in the last.
When the Yankees do focus on individual accomplishments, it doesn't bode well.
Yeah, championship or bust for you guys.
But the thing is,
about every year is a championship or bust.
Jeter's final season. He's doing a big tour. Just saying. 3,000 hit documentary.
I'll never forget that fucking last game he played at Yankees -1.5. I fucking hated him that day.
Oh, God.
But regardless, the Yankees are always World Series or bust, so I am.
Yeah, that's an old. I mean, that's just what happens when you're the best.
Yeah, there's really not much to it. I mean, he hit 62.
I mean, it must be nice to be the Orioles where you don't make the playoffs and you had the best season ever.
Yeah. What are they saying? They're going to sit him today?
Yeah.
I would. Better to end on 62.
After he hit the home run, they pulled him out of the game.
Yeah, it's better to hit on. And they're better to end on 62.
He's played 157 games.
Right,
yeah. And it's just the emotional drive of that.
The playoff thing in the AL is the Yankees is a setup for Yankees Guardians.
Well, it's Guardians winner of Guardians Rays.
Rays.
Which I think the Rays are definitely capable of winning this.
Winner of Guardians Rays.
And then it's what. So the Yankees. If you ask me if who's got the easier divisional matchup, I think it's the Yankees. Because the Blue Jays and Mariners are both really, really pesky. Blue Jays had World Series aspirations all the way through. They've underachieved. The Mariners are a great story. They got young stars. Houston's obviously going to know them if it is the Mariners with divisional.
I'm telling you,
playing in the same division. The Blue Jays are really good. But if you ask me, who do I want? I'd much rather take the Rays or Guardians than the Blue Jays and Mariners.
1,000%.
1,000%. There it is.
I would say I don't see the Houston losing to either of those teams.
Blue Jays are beating the Mariners. I can tell you that.
That's in try.
No. I don't see
it's a tough
Houston.
Spot for Seattle going all the way in.
I've been on Houston all year. I think Houston's unbelievable. They're loaded. I don't think they'll lose to either of those teams as well.
Gauntlet for the Mets.
But again, who do you want to take? Who would you rather face? It has to be the Guardians and Rays.
Yeah,
no, it is. It's just you.
Guardians are in one of the worst divisions.
That's just a Mets fan that doesn't want to talk about his fucking.
No, we got
that's a bad route.
That is a tough. That's no joke. Having to go through Dodgers.
Even the first Padres, bro, like Phillies Cardinals, you'd rather 100%. That is.
We fucked ourselves.
The Padres eat them alive.
Yeah, we fucked ourselves 100%.
But and just on the off chance, which it's not going to happen because the Mets aren't going to, but do you think someone would die in the office if we had a Subway Series? I think someone would die.
I think there's a good chance that a stream might come to blows.
Yeah, no, someone
might assault somebody.
I would, especially someone over there would have to calm down. But I think that it wouldn't even be you. I think it would be.
No, it'd be someone sneaky.
Well,
Hubs. I think Hubs would.
It'd be like Hubs and like Meek Phil.
Yeah.
It'd be a random.
Yeah,
100%. The producers behind the scenes, for sure. They all hate each other.
The Mets streams this weekend are going to be
I couldn't be.
I'm excited for him.
I can't wait to see him. I want to see if KFC is going to lose.
Couldn't be happier to not be a part of it. I'm so happy to watch it because our streams, we're a unison.
All right, so I mean, this is
you guys are not.
This is a fair question. Of all the people in the room, honestly,
are you streaming?
Yeah. Where do you rank me as the craziest? I think I'm down the list, which says something.
When it comes to Mets, you're further in terms of craziness because you're rational.
Clem's
rational too.
But Clem's
gonna be
getting mad.
Clem's hates.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh.
I mean, I would say Frank.
Kevin's still gonna be dialed up. Phil's a nutbag.
Frank obviously won. I even think maybe you could make a case for Meek Phil too.
Yeah, he's
a lunatic.
Where do you rank Smitty?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Well, no, he doesn't have to play them though.
We're not playing the Phillies.
We're not playing the Phillies.
Oh, I thought you just meant like in general.
We're talking about the Mets. We're talking about the Mets fans
Mets
on the stream.
Yeah, I'll say Meek Phil too. Then I'd say
KFC's pretty.
I might put
KFC breaks.
KFC Clem are kind of like in unison together.
So there's also a matchup no one's talking about. Rico and Clemmer.
Yeah, they got to be together technically.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of us will be awake. The other one will probably be, asleep. So
that's the thing. Clemmer and Rico, obviously Rico doesn't like Clemmer.
What's the beef on that? I don't even follow that.
Betrayed Kirk.
Oh, I knew that.
I work for Kirk.
Yeah, I knew that.
You have so many of the fans that don't even like each other.
Oh, yeah.
They have to win a game against the
I'm at a point. I'll say it. I'm at a point if the Mets, if I had a little crystal ball, I said the Mets will not win the World Series. I hope we go out in 2.
Yeah.
It's that.
That's sad.
We lost the division, but at that point,
Scherzer to Grom 1-2 gone.
it's like one of those things. Like,
loss.
hey, the doctor gives you bad news. Like, you don't have much time left. I'd rather it be 2 days. I don't need people coming in and out of the hospital room. Just bang, get me out. So if you're not going to win the World Series, baseball is torture. I've been through it all. That fucking Royals series, I was there in Game 4. We win that game, it changes the whole series.
No, it honestly is true. Like even when we did the ALDS, like ALDS into ALCS for Yankees.
You guys had it. It was every night.
We literally were living in a hotel in Philly for 2 weeks. If they had beat the Rays and went to the World Series, we would have been there for legitimately a month.
Bro, we went to Rotten Ralph's every day and ate the same food for 2 weeks. I wouldn't let anyone else go. I
literally had we had bags for like 3 days. Like I packed for 3 days. I was there for literally like 6
I was like, wow. You have to come to Rotten Ralph's. It was the worst food in the world.
Awful.
Worst, but we ate it every day.
That's funny as hell.
Because they came back, they beat the Indians.
Yeah.
And then we lost to the Rays.
It's crazy. And then Dan throwing his own mix in.
There's nothing worse than when
Dan
has to come in and then just be pinstripe Dan, and then he riles us all up.
Yeah, it sounds like there's going to be some special guests Friday, which I'm sure is going to be chaotic.
That's actually going to be worse.
Honestly, it almost makes me want to go and just be like a spectator.
I know. I'm going to watch.
I'll have no care at all. I'll even fuck around, just put like a little something. I might even just bet on the Mets.
But the biggest instigator is going to be there because I watched some of the Dave Portnoy show. Like, all Dave loved saying was, Frank was right.
Yes.
He loves messing with KFC.
Can you guys pull up my tweet to Frank today? Because I think Frank probably thinks this was real and everything. But can you just pull up my tweet? It is because Frank, everything he says, I really do think not everything, but he does believe it. He's a crazy person for the Mets, and Dave loves to instigate Clem and KFC against him, and it's one of the craziest streams. It's gonna be one of the craziest streams we have.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Pete Alonso with the New York Mets, and if you're watching this, you just lost to the San Diego Padres.
How did that? What is that?
No,
cameo.
Yeah, someone paid a cameo.
Got it. Got it. He didn't know. He didn't deny it.
I think it could be old.
It might be a dub thing. I don't know, but regardless,
I think someone could have did it like a long time ago.
It is funny.
It's very, very funny.
That's how it goes.
That's going to get played on a loop if
As a player, you cannot be on Cameo.
But I just don't. I don't know. Frank's tough because I don't.
I'd be losing.
Deep down, I don't think he wants the Mets to succeed. We're at that point.
No, he definitely doesn't.
No,
we're talking rationally.
If you guys win the World Series,
like I always have my guard. Like even when you guys,
best thing that could happen to Frank is that's losing it too. 100%.
If you guys win the World Series, this will be it.
They'll blow it next year.
Next year
they'll blow it next year.
Exactly. It's
no chance we repeat.
He has no idea what to do. We do get a nice little treat tonight. A AAC conference matchup.
Good matchup.
So you got SMU going to the bounce house, UCF -2.5. The over is 62. So a lot's been made about SMU and Ebo. You can look this up as far as are there any major contributors? Because I think I'm on the right side of this. SMU's got guys sitting out that are saying we've played the 4 games and now we don't want to waste a year so they can become eligible next year. Is that how it works? Like right away?
Yeah, I guess so.
Pretty much. So guys are sitting out. I don't think it's major contributors. I know some of them were impact freshmen in their recruiting class. But in terms of SMU goes as far as Mordecai, under center, and Rashee Rice catching the ball, and their running backs whose names are escaping me, but the running backs are really good too. As long as they're not sitting out and there's like major contributors on the defense not sitting out, SMU's still live in this game. I thought SMU was on a path. This is where you start to look because the AAC is top 2. There's no divisions. So they could lose the one game and still get there. I think SMU is a live team to take to win that conference at 6-1. So I'm not playing this game because of what's gone on, but I'm on it. I would lean SMU here.
Yeah, I'm leaning SMU. I think there's a little factor. So UCF has a good home field advantage, the bounce house.
Right.
But it being Wednesday night, I think mitigates that with all the hurricane stuff. Like, I don't feel like the crowd will be the same in there tonight. And also, you got to realize with this hurricane thing, UCF's been dealing with the rhythm and a routine that's been broken up. And so it's a hard game to handicap, to be honest. I was looking at John Rice Plumlee under 223.5 passing yards because he struggles throwing it. They've got his rushing.
He's a great runner, though.
His rushing yardage. I remember a couple of weeks ago in the Louisville game, I had over 46.5. It's 90.5 now. That's how much Vegas has adjusted it, how much he runs. But the only thing with SMU, Mordecai's been throwing interceptions, and UCF is pretty opportunistic. So, that would be the thing I'm worried about is turnovers.
Yeah, I've had SMU in some big spots, and they've gotten real close and lose. I know there was 2 last year for sure where I was like, oh, I'm on SMU, and they got close and lost the games. I believe I gave them out against Maryland a couple weeks ago. They were holding the lead for that game and kind of let it evaporate. SMU has this weird thing where they play really good and do one mistake that can derail you. Yeah. So this is a tough one. This is like a really good match. If this, it's actually better that this is on a Wednesday.
Oh, I'm pumped about it.
If this was on a Saturday, it'd be on ESPN Plus or ESPNU with like a 6 o'clock kickoff. It would get lost in the shuffle. No one would watch it. These are the games, obviously, we all bet on. We all watch. Like this is a really good AAC matchup. I think SMU's live. I'm rooting for SMU. It's just a good game, but like you said, there's a lot of factors that go into how weird it is.
Go ahead.
I've been so back and forth on the side. I know this might sound crazy with these two teams. I like the under. I just think the way UCF plays, they play a little different style than they have in the past. Like they really like to run the ball at Plumlee. Isaiah Bowers is a really good back. They want to ground and pound with him. Also, their defense is sneaky, much better than it has been the last few years. I know it's sometimes like they're very, very good in the red zone defense. I don't know. I've seen a lot of the sharp monies in SMU, and I can totally see why from something like Mincy said too with the routine. Like UCF's been kind of a weird spot with all the hurricane stuff, and Texas SMU's just been at home, just doing their thing, kind of just waiting. The game got and they rescheduled the game like 6 days ago, so they've had time to prepare. They knew when the game was. They've just been in Texas doing their thing. So I'd probably lean SMU as well. I might end up playing it. But it's just tough to go against UCF at the bounces. They did lose to Louisville earlier there this year. But I think I do really like the under. I've already locked in the under. I just think it's a different style of play that UCF plays. And I think it's one of those where you just see these two teams and you just, over, no doubt. And I think it's a little bit different this year.
Yeah, no, Plumlee, the passing game's not.
Yeah, like they're used to like the Gabriels and like Milton before that, and like guys that could really sling it. Like he's not that guy.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I was really disappointed by the way he threw the ball to Louisville.
And I do think they'll be able to have a lot. Like, I love Bowser, like physical back. I think they'll be able to have success running the ball.
Yeah, I really, if you're playing it, I would probably lean SMU. I think if you're in a state, get involved live because I do think there's going to be some swings. But it's awesome to have a Wednesday night football game.
And a good one.
Sure.
And a good one. Very interesting matchup. Two teams that play exciting brands of football. Americans underrated conference.
So, let me, speaking of Wednesday football, because I was looking at this, I randomly thought about it. Let me kind of throw this out there to see what you guys think. Because we always kind of do friendly competition, shit like that, right? There's always a stretch, I believe it starts in a couple of weeks, at the end of October, where there is a football game on a different level, college pro, for 25 straight days or 19 straight days when you factor in the action, Monday Night Football, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Thursday night, obviously, right? What kind of competition can we do for those 27 days? Should it be some kind of like on the show?
I was gonna say that.
One pick a day for Survivor. Like, do we incorporate a ton of other people in the office to see who can go that long? Do you just do overall record?
I think it's no question. We do everyone on the show one game a day. You pick.
The only thing with Survivor.
So the best record over the 27.
I would say
I think it's Survivor.
But
that's
end quick. It could end real quick.
Spreads. It'll last like 5 days.
No spreads.
Tops.
No, it would have.
With college, that's tough.
College is tough because you get
those MAC lines are 30.
I meant Survivor spread wise, obviously. Survivor spread wise, but
I think you do. I think you give your best pick of the day and your record at the end.
I like that.
Like at the end of the 20, like everyone gives their best against spread pick. That's your submission for that day, and the best, whoever's the best.
Those MAC lines will be like 25.
That's why. That's the only thing. If it was all NFL, I would do Survivor.
But ones, but then there's gonna be some games.
Well, then there'll be obvious ones where everyone's just gonna pick the same like MAC team or whatever.
Well, I say you can kind of put it in with anything too. So if you go get a prop, like you felt really good about Debo scoring. If that's the Monday night game in this stretch and you hit it, that's +5 for you. Like you go for a player. You don't have to just pick a side. You can pick a. He was an anytime touchdown scorer, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
plus
first. But if you want to take a shot, first touchdown score. You know what I'm saying? Like Ebo, what do you think? How do you? Because it's a fun 27-day stretch.
Yeah, I kind of like Ev's idea a little more. I think if we did like a Survivor thing, we could be out.
We're all
after
out real
2 days.
quick, right?
So let's try to drag it out.
All right. So best pick of the day over the 27 days or whatever it is.
And I would say you could pick at any time to score you really wanted to. I just think unless it's like the Cooper Cup type or whoever, it's probably going to hinder. Because I'd say I don't think you should get bonus points for it being. I would say, all right, if you want to take a money line dog, I think you should have to at least be like 2 to get bonus points, like double up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you want to put your nuts on the table and take like a +200, I'll give you double.
Right.
I think that's fair.
Do you want to do units then?
Yeah,
I think it has to meet that threshold. Like I don't think I can give you double for plus like I'm not going to give you double for plus like 120. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, but plus 120 you would net 1.2. So that day
you want to do that, I guess we can do it. I guess we could do it that way.
Just as long as if guys want to chase, they chase. But for the most part, it's like sides, and hopefully it comes down to a race where somebody goes,
like a total.
Somebody's 20-7, and the other guy's like 19-6 going into the last day, let's say. Like maybe we limit it to sides. I just think it's a cool. There's a game every day.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll figure out a name or whatever. Maybe we talk to Jack about like how they do those things of like backing somebody. You put us all eligible and you back the guy to win that competition. We'll figure it out. But that's always a great stretch too, especially we have World Series rolling. Let's go to Skrill before we do. We got some progress reports in. The professor is here.
Skrill is the perfect digital wallet for sports bettors. Create your free account at Skrill.com/Barstool. Coming soon to the Barstool Sportsbook, Skrill is a digital wallet perfect for gamblers. Skrill is for money movers and makers, allowing you to instantly deposit and withdraw your money. Sophisticated gamblers, such as everyone in this room, use Skrill to manage their bankroll, whether they are playing games like poker or betting on their favorite sports. It's one of the safest and most secure digital wallet, and once it's part of the Barstool Sportsbook, you'll be able to deposit and withdraw instantly with no limits. Skrill also lets you transfer money to another Skrill member and take advantage of some of the best money transfer rates around, and that is very key when you're moving money around gambling. So make sure to sign up at Skrill.com/Barstool to create your free account and complete the account verification by clicking Follow the Game after registering so you can start using their digital wallet today. And I have one other tiny quick request. I think I have like the most viral tweet I've ever had, ever. Did y'all see the meme? And I mean, my buddy sent it to me of Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. It's my pinned Ebo. Can y'all hit my pinned tweet real quick?
I didn't see it.
I have 60,000 likes on this tweet.
Speaking of likes,
I've never seen anything like it.
Like and subscribe to the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube as well as Pick Central. Help us out. Like and subscribe. Ev, like and subscribe.
Hell yeah. It's
just free. Just like.
My friend sent this to me. It's about the Brady. This is funny. This meme's
Zoom that in.
This meme's unbelievable.
Tom, I'm jealous of you. Yeah, rings is a lot. No, I mean the divorce. Oh, man.
Because Mahomes and everybody bags on Mahomes' wife. But
Not nice.
it's not nice, but I've never seen anything like 60,000 likes.
I think Jackson Mahomes is so bad that he's good. That's my take.
That's your
Jackson
take.
Mahomes.
What he's talking about is
The brother.
Is he like? I feel
He's
like
so bad that I think
I
he's
feel like they buried him more this year.
the most entertaining guy out there.
Yeah, he's.
He
pretty
doesn't
bad.
give a fuck.
No. Can I do my minute?
Yes.
Okay. We got the minute ready.
Fire it up.
So I'll start now. Do you say yes?
Go for it.
Go.
All right. So Scooter Braun said that Gary V. went to a Jets game with him, and it was against the Buccaneers. I think it was last year or whatever it was, and said that a guy in a Bucs jersey started cheering for a touchdown from the Bucs, and Gary V went up to him and said, "Shut the fuck up, or I'll fuck you up." Now, do you, as a fan, when you go to a game, do you get genuinely furious at another fan wearing a jersey of another team?
I think that's a major problem in sports.
Why is that?
People going there looking for fights. You see it all
I
the time.
actually
I think it's
kind of agree.
I really.
But I also kind of love. I think it's kind of funny as like because he is a crazy person for the Jets. He was screaming receipts when they won the first game. Like he is crazy. I think it's funny for like a celebrity type of person to do that. But I also think you're right. I think a lot of people just rather fight people instead of just like going and watch.
Like their Sunday is how can I go get into a fist fight?
Yeah,
I think that's a major problem in the NFL, but and across all sports.
A lot of student sections.
Like listen, if and the thing I say too all the time, like people that you hate teams you hate can be knowledgeable. Like very knowledgeable Yankee fans we have in this office. I fucking hate the Yankees, but they know what they're talking about. The same way when you go to if we went to a Saints-Giants game and I sat next to you,
yeah, we'd be fine.
I'd rib you a little bit.
Yeah, but
right?
we're
like
civil.
I'd rib you, or if there's a flag, I'd be like, oh, you guys are always begging for those flags, like whatever, like different shit like that.
There's different.
Yeah, you would be like, oh, well, yeah. I'd be like, all right, big catch. You'd be like, yeah, you guys get the lucky catches. I'm surprised you didn't stick it to his fucking helmet. Little ribs like that can be funny, right? And at the end of the game, you go, yo, man, have a good day.
Yeah, of course.
Leave. It's the guys who go there looking for a fist fight, I do think is a major problem.
There's also a thing where you start drinking a little bit.
Yes.
Also, big sports fans are just we're sensitive. Like I remember I went to a few years ago. It was a Lions Giants game when Odell was still on the team, and it was a big group of like my guys that were all Giants fans, like a row in front of us that were all Lions fans, and somehow just an argument broke out about who was better, Stafford or Eli, and the dude literally slapped one of my friends in the face.
Yeah, see,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Just like mushed him, and then he got thrown out. It was nuts.
Yeah, you can't.
And it was like think about something so like simple like that, like just who's better, Eli or Stafford, and it comes to blows.
I just
like
always
2 seconds.
I look at it as the money you spent, right? The tolls to get to MetLife, let's say, the ticket price, the money on beer, the tailgate, the gas, like add it all up. You really want to get thrown out in the first quarter? Also, if it's a big game, I want to watch the fucking game. I'm not trying to get thrown out.
Sure.
I'm not trying to sit there till Monday and go to jail.
I mean, I think when it was young, what surprises me about it is like, because in situations like that at a stadium, they're grown men.
Yes.
Like it's one thing when you're like a kid in high school, you get into like a scuffle, whatever, in middle school, but like you're going to jail. Like you're like getting legitimately like in trouble. What are you ruining your like day, ruining days down the road, going to court and dumb shit over like a scuffle over who's a better quarterback?
I'll give you.
What are we doing?
2 all-time losers I've ever seen. I was at Jet. Somebody got me tickets twice. I was at the 9/11 10th anniversary game, Jets Cowboys, right? And you walk past that state prison thing in there. There are guys who got arrested on the 10th anniversary of 9/11 arguing Jets Cowboys. Like, you're a loser. The biggest loser was Christmas Eve the same year, Jets Giants. You're in, and I believe it was like Christmas Eve was a Saturday. So then Christmas is observed Monday. You're in there pretty much.
Yeah.
Saturday at 1:30 till like Tuesday. Like, you're a loser. Like, what are you supposed to do? I'm sure there's like a release program for Christmas. I don't really know. But like, imagine trying to explain, I'm not making dinner. I'm not making the gifts. I got arrested because I was arguing Jets Giants in for a wild card spot. Like, relax. But that's whatever.
Also, really quick, last night I was streaming blackjack, and I go on the table, and all I see is Big Ev playing, and I FaceTime, and the guy's just taking a shit.
Just playing. Honestly, literally what happened was Judge hit the home run. The cash hit. I went straight to the blackjack table, lost in 15.
I
wasn't even getting crazy. Like, was just playing $50 hands. Just got smoked off the table.
We're just streaming, and I'm like,
just lost every hand.
Big Ev is on the. And
I was at the table by myself, and then Marty popped up, and then a few other people popped up. I was like, oh man, I lost that Judge money so fast, so fast.
But whatever. You never really.
It felt like it was free because I put that bet in so long ago.
You wrote it all. Yeah,
I was like, let me see what I can do with it, and I just lost like 9 hands in a row.
That's how it works.
And tell me, literally, we got off the phone. I literally said to you, I was like, they're pulling the dirtiest 20 combos. Yeah. Literally, hang up the phone. The next hand, 6, 4, 10. I was like, fucking rat.
Fucking rat.
Ev just has a board just crossing off every possible 20 combo, and they hit him on it. All right, so the progress reports are in. Win total Wednesday. We're going to do a little checkup and kind of see what's gone up. You got that graphic up? All right, 2 for sure winners and losers have set in already. So shout out to Mincy and Ev. Kansas over 2.5. Potentially the easiest win total ever.
Clinched to win 3.
When you
Easy.
When you look at it.
5-0.
Marty's holding the only surefire loser in Arizona under 2.5 wins.
That was a bad one.
In fairness, I didn't think they were going to be that good.
Yeah,
but,
and that's 2.5 is just whatever. But my Oregon one looks good. West Virginia looks good.
Yeah, so we'll go through kind of we'll go left to right. So Brandon, to be announced on Alabama. Wisconsin probably looks pretty good.
Wisconsin looks great.
Minnesota looks pretty good. Texas, Maryland, good.
Maryland, pretty good. UK
Kentucky,
I would say goodish right now.
Baylor, to be determined. A&M for sure.
Miami
bad. For sure.
No, Miami's bad. He's got the over in Miami. He was hyped. Walker was screaming over Miami. Miami's back. That was one of his strongest takes because I fought him on it.
All right, so they're lined.
I fought him on it and I went under.
Got it. So he's got Arkansas under 7.
That was pretty good.
Iowa State under 7. Ohio State okay. Cincy. State Penn.
And looks bad.
Yeah, so he's to be determined.
No, but he looks pretty overall. He looks pretty
overall
good.
It's solid.
Because he's got a lot of. I mean, look how many picks he's got.
What's Northwestern holding?
They suck.
How many wins do they have? 1, or do they have 2?
They beat Nebraska. Yeah, they lost to Miami of Ohio.
1-4. All right, so that looks pretty good. Texas Tech looks okay. Arizona was a loser. Oregon looks okay. Oregon looks pretty good.
4-1.
West Virginia looks.
Under probably looks better.
To be determined. Alabama to be determined. I'm on Air Force. We had an unexpected loss. Air Force looks okay. Hawaii seems like a surefire winner. Kansas State seems like a surefire winner. They're 4-1. Northern Illinois took a bad one last week. Wazoo seems like a surefire winner. UAB lost to fucking Rice again. That's to be determined. NC State looks okay. FIU seems like a surefire winner.
They're horrible.
Yeah, they're for sure. And Charlotte seems like a surefire loser, unfortunately.
Looking forward to mine.
You're looking good with LSU. You got a big one this week. Miami looks really good. Mississippi State looks really good. UCLA looks really good. Kansas already cashed. A&M looks really good. And
Wyoming was bad. They suck.
They're
bad. They did beat.
They're favored this week.
They stole the Air Force.
They got 2 wins.
They stole the Air. Yeah, they did steal the Air Force game and they beat Tulsa. So the Wyoming wants to be determined, but every other one looks.
Oh, you got under 5 in Wyoming.
Yeah, under.
Yeah. I think they get their 3rd win this week.
Every other one looks great.
Yeah, Utah looks good. Oklahoma looks bad. Michigan State looks bad. Fresno.
I want to put Hainer
got hurt. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Honestly, mine look like shit. Clemson looks bad. They're not going to lose 2 games.
Kansas,
West Virginia doesn't look great.
All right, so then
I would say the only one Oklahoma. I mean, they basically have to They have to lose 2 more to lose.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's like truthfully running away with it. Smitty,
This game, the Texas game this week is massive.
Smitty looks. Let me take a look at this.
It's early.
Carolina over 6.
Smitty. All right, so yeah, Carolina over 6.
I
Bad.
don't know if you can say it like it's
Jacksonville good. Eagles good.
I would say Carolina over 6 maybe has more life than it did preseason because we see how bad the division is.
yeah, that's also true.
I'm not saying that they're a
Well,
good team.
my
but
thing with Carolina though is they collapse. Like they've been starting to pretty good the last few years, and then they've been collapsing the last.
They're gonna have to scratch and claw to win 6 more games.
Smitty's Saints
Beat the
under, let's go. I'll
Falcons
give them that.
and the Saints. That's 2 games. That's 3 games they can beat.
Carolina not great. Jacksonville is good. Eagles look really good with that schedule. Saints look good under.
Yeah, Saints under.
Dolphins now.
Dolphins they're 3-1, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean we don't know what's going on with Tua, so that's.
I would say that if I had to put money on now, I would want
Or
the
do you
over.
see that like this doctor saying like he should retire?
That Tua should retire.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, we don't know. I don't know. We're not doctors because everyone on Twitter does think they're doctors after something like this. I don't know how. I mean, everyone's gotten concussions. They come back. I don't know. That's crazy.
And then he's sweating Seattle. I think Seattle. What do you think?
I think they get 6 wins.
The Russell Wilson to Geno upgrade is one of the craziest stories. I mean, no one could have seen that coming.
What do you think about that? Because Seattle's catching points in the dome this week. I kind of like Seattle.
Man, I don't know what's going on with Winston or the Dalton thing. I mean, I guess it's about the same because Dalton played pretty good. I mean, he wasn't horrible last week. How many points was it? I hadn't seen it yet.
It's 5.5. Is the line?
It's one of those spots where the Saints have to. It's a must win at 1-3. I mean, you can't. You lose at home
Yeah,
to
it's
Seattle, you're dead.
5.5. Ebo, did you have grades on those win totals so far?
Yeah, I can run through it really quick.
Yeah, let's run through the letter grades.
I'm gonna give Brandon a B. I think he's kind of sharp on Wisconsin, Maryland, and A&M. But the Miami over and the Penn State under look terrible. Marty, you'll get a B too. Only one failing grade, Arizona, but the others all have like pretty solid chance of hitting. Rico, B-. You have a lot of G5 schools that got to run through their conference, which is tough. Mincy, you get an A- already with a winner on Kansas. A&M and Miami were both sharp. Ed, you get a B with a winner in the house already with Kansas, but it's kind of tough with the rest.
Wait, Big Ed gets a B?
I thought that was generous.
That's a generous.
It's a generous, but he's holding a win. When you're holding a winner,
one
it's
winner
like
doesn't mean that
he's got 100 in participation.
Well, he's got a winner in the clubhouse already.
Yeah, but he's
nothing
got a
else
lot
is a loser
of
yet.
Put it this way,
like losers on there.
We know he's going to fail the midterm, but his participation right now and his quiz grades are through the
We
roof.
got a nice teacher back there.
He's
I gotta get- I
got
got good
perfect
grade.
attendance.
Yeah.
I got one in the bank already.
He gives sucks up to the teacher, it seems.
And then I'm going to give Smitty an A because I think literally every single one has a chance. And the only one that I would say there that is really bad is at first was the Dolphins, but we don't know what Tua's going to do.
That's true.
Give Smitty
And
an
we
A.
just have no idea about the Sixers. Haven't started yet.
I think I can go 6-3 if I'm looking. I think I go 6-3.
We'll see.
All
It's still early in the semester.
yeah, so that's a check-in. Listen, those units they all matter. We're not.
You got some of you guys get up with Fs at the end of the semester. You know.
Yeah,
You got
definitely.
to pass the final.
Yeah, they're all holding. So that's where we're going. All right. Anything else jump out as far as tomorrow night? I know we'll kind of break that down, but like. Oh, how's everybody feeling as far as tomorrow? Is there anything that jumps out in terms of tomorrow's NFL game?
And reminder, everyone, I have an interview tomorrow, but I don't know. Everyone come with their pick. We're not gonna go through it all and try and see what we gotta come with our pick, yes or no. If we like it, we put it in.
Me and you will be out tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Or at least
I'll be here.
probably most of it, to be honest.
I'll be here. It's fine. I mean, I know I'll be here. And Smitty, I think, said he's back tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
We'll be all
So
right.
you two just
Doing Smitty. Yeah.
That's fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah. So we'll text in the picks. I'll get a good feel on it. I feel like a lot of unders in that game.
I mean, how can you bet over?
Honestly, I kind of like the Colts 3.5. If you're gonna give me 3, if I can get 3.5, I like the Colts.
They're in a pretty desperate spot
They're
after
so
losing
desperate.
that tie. They're one.
So
They're
desperate.
1-2-1. Just lost at home to the Titans in a division game. Denver. Russ says he's going to play. If we heard anything about Jonathan Taylor,
I think they said he's
No,
gonna,
the ankle.
ankle's banged up. There sound like he's gonna try to give it a go.
I like the under. These primetime games have been
too.
flying under. This is going to be just like I've been watching Indy a good bit, and Ryan can't move. He's immobile. But the weapons in the passing game other than Pittman are crap. There is no explosiveness in that offense at all. Like they're going to try to – Taylor could bust some. Pittman's pretty good. But the rest of those receivers are like really whatever, and I just don't see an explosive playmaker.
But even Taylor's stats, this is like an old Francesa line. He's a compiler. If you're gonna give him the ball 25 times, and he's gonna go get pull up Taylor's stats. I don't think he's necessarily like wowed anybody in
he's been
his
bad
game logs.
No, he's been bad because they're just stacking the box.
Yeah. And then he's got nobody that can beat you down the field.
81 attempts for 329, 82 yards a game,
and most of them were in the first game.
Yeah, all right.
Like this last game, he had 20 carries for like 40 yards.
Yeah, people are over it. No, they're over it, and Indy doesn't have anybody that can beat
20
you
for
down the field.
42, 20 for going back. Well, first game, 31 for 161 and a touchdown against Jacksonville, 9 for 54. Against the Chiefs, 21 for 71. That was when they won, too. He didn't do much in that. And then 20 for 42. Like, he can get bottled up. Denver's defense is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, and and Denver had some injuries. Javonte Williams,
honestly,
the
Colts defense is not bad either.
Hell no, it's not bad at all, man. They got
the only thing I do
Leonard. I
do think Leonard is out.
Yeah, he is.
So I think that definitely hurts. But I think they played the early games without him as well. At least game 1, I know they played without him. Maybe even game 2.
I'll give you mine for sure.
Well.
Give me the field goals.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's my leg.
I think that should be it. We should definitely have that one in the
I know the over-under's not going to be high, but I'm going to go under on Matt Ryan passing in this game. I mean, his aren't that high, but, comparing him to Wentz and Rivers, is he worse than both of them at this point? I mean, I feel like he's maybe kind of done, guys.
He looks bad.
His arm isn't that strong. He can't move.
It doesn't always work. I mean, you saw it with Stafford coming in to the Rams, but it doesn't always work.
Everyone was like, "Oh, of course that'll." Like, I don't know. I didn't understand that because Matt Ryan hasn't been like this fucking stellar quarterback on the Falcons for the past couple of years.
No.
Like, he's been fine. He also had he did have good weapons with the Falcons for a while. It's just, but why did they think that Matt Ryan was just going to fit right into this?
Well, I think they were sick of the turnovers. They were sick of the Wentz turnovers. But I will say this, just pure eye test. I do think it looks like Matt Ryan's hit a little bit of a wall.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think the drop-off from last year to this year is significant.
He just also does not look good in the Colts jersey.
No,
it's bad.
He doesn't. I think
and agreed with the talents less as well, receiver and all that for sure.
I thought Atlanta was so bad that you look at a guy like Matt Ryan, you're like, man, if he can get out of there, like, don't put all the blame on Matt Ryan. The talent around him sucks. I think he got a little bit of a pass of like, hey, guess what? Matt Ryan also sucks.
Yeah, and look at Mariota. I mean, they're playing, they're winning right now.
Mariota looks good. He doesn't look bad.
And he's opened up the playbook. It's just you can do so much more stuff with Mariota's mobility. Ryan's also such a statue.
It sucks because the Falcons, I think, are live against the Bucks. I think the Bucks are in complete disarray.
I don't think they're live. I think Tampa's going to.
Well, Cordell Patterson.
I think that's Patterson's a huge
win
loss.
That game. They need to.
They need to. They don't need to win that game. They need to make that game a blowout from start to they need a surefire winner. The Bucks have looked like shit.
Survivor this week. I was thinking about them because everyone's going to take the Bills. Everyone loves the Bills because it's 14.5.
Yeah, it's a revenge.
Steelers, which is crazy, and then maybe the Jaguars.
That's where I think I'm at. I think I'm at the Bills and the Jags, but I don't know if do you know what Houston is in the last 4 against the Jaguars?
No.
4-0 straight up.
Don't love
You can double check me, but I'm pretty positive I read that stat.
The Jags have been bad. Like this is a year that they have shown that they have a kind of a competent offense.
Texans are just sneaky little scrappy though.
They are. I
was disappointed in them last week though. I thought the Chargers had a lot of people out last week. With Slater and Bosa.
But even they fought back at the end.
They did fight back.
They got within the number at one point, and then
they got it down to 3.
Chargers went right down and scored.
Vikings over the Bears. You think that, or is that just like you just gotta stay away from?
They've already.
Division games. I always like.
I used them. I used the Vikings already. I snuck them in
Bears,
London.
Right?
I snuck them in London when the Saints had guys out. When they said Kamara was out, and Winston's out, so I was sweating that out. But
pissed me off.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the NFL. I just think that's kind of where we're going with the NFL, which can make the playoffs definitely entertaining, and as the season goes on, entertaining. Because the elite is a short. Like we're already talking about the Eagles being elite.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you play your schedule, and they're going to take advantage of their schedule, and they're doing really well. So give them the credit. Actually, that's a perfect segue. What do you think about do the Cardinals get it going this week against the Eagles at home? Are the Eagles riding just a little too high? The Cardinals have one of those Kyler Murray blow-up games. Are they live in that one? I like the Cardinals against the spread.
My only thing is Arizona is I'm just betting on them on the road and betting against them at home until further notice.
That's what I was
mean,
gonna say.
it's
There's
just
so
like
much
they were
on the
undefeated on the road last year. Had them last week at Carolina. They stink at home. I don't know what it is. You'd think they'd be good at home.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but they're winning on the road and they've been sucking at home.
You think that was a waste of money?
What?
For Kyler? Not waste, but
I think you gotta have.
Do you think he was worth that much money?
I mean, what are you going to do though? He's your franchise guy. He's the number one pick.
Oh,
he's their identity. If you lose him, what's their identity?
I understand that, but it's also like you're still like Lamar didn't. They didn't even give them like Lamar is still in that contract. Like Kyler didn't have to give the money to Kyler. It's like you can start over. I don't know. Is he your guy for the next 15 years?
Well, I was going to say when Lamar saw that contract, he was licking his chops.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I definitely get more than that.
Yeah, I know. It's
I think he has to progress.
I don't even play video games.
What year is Murray in now? 4, 3, 3, 4.
I want to say
5.
5. He's got to keep progressing. That's the
No.
way. I don't think it's 5.
4.
It's 4.
No, 4 because he was the Daniel Jones draft.
So he has to keep progressing. Like he can't just be, like the gimmicky guy. He's got to turn himself into. He's got to go win a playoff. He's got to keep progressing to make that worth the money in my eyes.
The thing I worry about Murray. My bad, Evan.
No, go ahead.
The thing I worry about
3 years,
Murray.
by the way.
The thing I worry about.
Right? 3.
Drafted in 2019.
This is his 4th season.
So yeah, he played in 19, 20, 21.
He was the Daniel Jones
19,
year.
20, 21.
Daniel Jones is
it's
year
his
4.
4th season.
The thing with Murray is long term, can he hold up with his frame with the way he plays? Because he just runs a lot. Like let's say he gets nicked up and he's not able to run as much. How's he going to be when he's 34 years old? That's my question.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of these things with the running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like,
Lamar's held up awesome, and Lamar's in the AFC North, which is the most physical, playing Cleveland, Cincy, and Pittsburgh in cold weather games. I mean, that's like the most injury-prone division there is.
Lamar's running's different, I feel, because like he's like when he's running, he's barely getting touched. I feel like he's like mostly getting out of bounds. Like Kyler seems like he's breaking tackles, like trying to get away from anything, and that's usually in the backfield.
Kyler's smaller too.
Yeah, smaller. Did you also see that Josh Allen just throws up before every game?
What?
Like Willie Beeman?
He just says he always feels this gaggy type sensation, and he just throws up before every game. And some of his Bills teammates just throw up with him now. That made me like. That made me like the Bills so much more. That they're just like, boys, let's go throw. He's like, it's a superstition now. He said he just has to throw up.
Wow. My mind's kind of nuked on that one.
Fucking so funny.
I love it.
Guys in the superstitions in the locker room playing with, like, you play with guys who are level-headed like during the week, and then game day, yeah, it's just fucking
Baseball
their
is the most superstitious in the world.
Oh yeah.
Like I used to eat a can of Pringles before every game.
What was the thing with Giambi? Giambi did the gold thong. Do you remember hearing about that?
Yeah, something like
Giambi wore
that.
a gold thong. They would.
Sada would pee on his hands.
What?
Yeah, like
Well, that was to make him tougher.
a lot of
Yeah, but
like
still
Latin.
just-
I think that was a big Latin thing. Like the players. The other rumor was that he would piss. Posada would piss in a bowl. Because if you look at those guys, they
Hands
didn't
in
wear batting gloves. They just made their hands strong. Like they could catch a fucking brick.
if you watch the
They had
Yankees,
strong hands. The rumor was they would piss in a bowl and just put their
Yeah.
hands in there. Piss makes your hands hard.
if you watch the Yankees after they would win, they wouldn't slap Posada's hand because they knew he would be his hand in piss.
Yeah, for a while.
He also, I think, I feel like he was one of the first big white nail polish guys too.
Yeah, for sure.
So they could see his fingers better for the signs.
Now it's just fucking. It's in
A
there.
lot of guys do them now, I think. But
now it's in their ear.
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right,
pretty
that's right.
much. All right, so if you had to pick an outright NFL upset this week, which way are you looking at it? All right. I think for me, the contenders are the Lions, Seattle, and Arizona would be the three that I like the most.
The Saints got to win. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they'll cover, but I feel like they.
You don't think a little tomfoolery happens in London at 9:30?
I don't know.
London
I
I mean,
games
they just
London
played
games get
shitty
crazy.
against the Pats.
How are the drugs and nightlife out in London? Does Rodgers go out there for that? Like, what's he? He gonna get wacky in London?
I don't know if he'll get wacky. I mean, we don't even know Galladay didn't do anything. He's not going. We don't even know if Daniel. We don't even know if we have
I
a
know.
quarterback.
No, I think the Giants are due for a blow. Like every once in a while, there's a blowout on your schedule. I think the Giants are due for the blowout.
Green Bay's not very explosive though.
Yeah, I know.
I think the Giants can hang in there because right now Green Bay just without Adams.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
can
they're
Josh
grinding.
Can the Giants hang?
Giants.
Yes, the Giants can hang in if Daniel Jones is moving
Quarterback.
the ball. Barkley's under. Barkley's running. If Jones isn't under center, we're in trouble.
Hurt.
That's true.
Someone just got hurt. It was Alexander. Someone just got hurt on the Giants
on the pack.
secondary.
I don't think
I agree with you. They're not explosive.
No, I just
If Giants jump up 10-0 somehow in this game, like
It's gonna be tough running Wildcat every fucking play.
no, that's
So which way would you lean as far as an outright upset? As?
So the one that it's not a huge number, but I keep chasing this team around everywhere. They suck so bad. But the Commanders line is stinky again. I hate they fucking suck, and I keep losing money betting on them. But they're plus 2.5 at home against the Titans.
I like the Commanders too.
That's stinky.
Yeah.
And I hate it because like I said, I bet on them last week. I was pissed because they got slaughtered by the Cowboys. I thought that was a stinky line.
That's stinky, bro. That is stinky.
Like 2.5 at home. Like the Titans have been a little better. Another one too that I kind of want to take a shot. This is more of a long shot.
God bless you if you could take that one.
The Monday game, the Raiders. Like I feel like the Raiders play the Chiefs decently.
Division game.
7 points, it's a lot. But I feel like they could go give them a game. I think they at least cover the number.
Does anyone think that over? What's that over 50?
51.
I think that's a little low.
Yeah, I mean, I would tend to agree.
The Raiders have always been able to, they're scoring, they're giving up points. The Chiefs, is that the biggest overreaction we had in the offseason that we thought the Chiefs were going to come back down to earth?
Yeah,
I know it's early, but
no, I think
they don't look like they're still on Mars.
Yeah, they bounce. That bounce back effort Sunday night after the Colts get lost was a little
They
more.
always have one of those games where they just don't like people start to question. Then all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes does everything.
Especially if it's a prime time. Last year was Sunday night against the Raiders.
Or one too that I like is the Browns.
Who do they got?
Browns at home +3 against the Chargers.
Chargers on the road is always a problem.
Going to Cleveland, I like Cleveland in that
I think
game.
Cleveland can run the ball on them.
I like Cleveland.
Chargers
in that game.
run defense.
Cleveland should never stop running the ball. Give it to Nick Chubb. He does 8 yards a carry, and then they'll
Play callings.
keep giving it to him, and then on first down they'll do a play action, then they're fucked, and then they throw 3 times.
Also,
I also think Panthers, just peek your eyes out.
Who do you like as an outright upset?
Everyone's high on the Niners.
I'm looking at the Jets a little bit without 2 against Teddy +3.5. I think that at home I think they got a shot there. I really do. I think Miami's kind of got some stuff going on right now.
I'll tell you, I thought Wilson looked pretty good.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, I thought he played solid.
I'm looking at that, but I like the Commanders a little bit too because Tennessee. I mean, they suck as a favorite. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, they're just one of those teams when they're supposed to win, they just don't.
This is a
I actually
game
might say
I could
Cleveland's
see-
the one I like the most. I think Cleveland's going to win that game.
This is a game I could see Carson Wentz being like really good, and it's
Just
like
the
fuck.
one?
And like
Well, it's the
he's
one where they're
type that-
finally not facing this like great pass rush.
Yes, and they've
been killed by these good pass rushes.
He's a quarterback that brings you back like, oh fuck, maybe Carson isn't that bad, and then he's that bad. Like he just does that a couple games.
Can I be a little bit of a downer? I think Sunday. If obviously we're not going to do it because we're on the streams, but I think Sunday might be a nap type of
Bad games?
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of bad games. I think Sunday night's great. I think Monday's great. But like go through the 1 o'clocks.
Yeah.
So you obviously got the London,
It ain't great.
Detroit, Patriots. We already know is going to be the best game of the day because the Detroit Lions are involved. That's just how it goes. Buffalo could beat the shit out of the Steelers. Do you really want to watch the Jets Dolphins? I don't. Falcons Bucks. If the Falcons pull an upset, like it's entertaining, but I do think the Bucks have to win by 40.
I like the Bucks here.
Saints,
Right, that's bad.
Saints, Seattle, not really watchable. Texans, Jaguars, not a lot to love. Titans, Commanders, not a lot to love. Bears, Vikings, not a lot to love. Chargers, Browns.
That's interesting. Chargers, Cleveland's interesting.
And then the 4 o'clock, it's limited, but it's 49ers, Panthers. Cowboys, Rams. I do think the Rams are in a Cowboys riding really high with that defense. The Rams have looked like shit. Rams got to figure it out at home.
Seems like Rams bounce back.
Rams, Cowboys.
The only thing is with the Rams, they've struggled against the pass rush too.
Yeah.
You're getting one of the best.
The Whitworth retirement's hit them pretty.
I mean, they've been getting when they play these good pass rush, like the Bills. We saw it last week with the Niners. They're in trouble.
There's Ben Baldwin. He's a great follow on Twitter. He has a really interesting chart about how quarterbacks under McVay perform based off pass protection, and he's basically been Jared Goff this year, because he struggled so much with pass protection.
And there's a really good. I think the really good game of the day is Eagles Cardinals because I think the Cardinals are live.
Sunday night's good. Bengals Ravens are real good.
All right, let's get at let's go to picks. Marty, picks.
I have the Yankees. I got the Hornets plus 3.5, Cavs minus 4.5, and Celtics minus 4.
Cavs
Season NBA, baby.
Yep.
Cavs plus 4.5 or minus 4.5?
Cavs are plus 4.5.
All right, you said that's all. I'm just clarifying. Ev, picks.
All right, I've got SMU UCF under 62.5. I will get a side on that game later. I'm still just diving in. I'm on the Yankees money line early at like 4, and then for the Fireball effort pick of the day, they came through yesterday. We're going back to the well. Big dogs. They got nothing to play for on the other side. Rockies don't either, but they're playing hard. Rockies money line plus 270. We're playing with house money. Hit plus 310 yesterday.
Damn.
Fireball free your fire effort pick of the day. Best shot in the U.S. Rockies money line plus 270.
Maybe CJ Cron with a little home run. Guys,
why not?
Fucking months. Twins, White Sox over 8. Cubs money line. Astros minus 1.5.
Mine's are quick. I took SMU plus 2.5, under 123.5. John Rice Plumlee passing yards. I took the Twins plus 105.
Also, Cole Beasley retiring after just signing with the Bucks is so funny.
He's played one game.
I think he was on the roster for 2 games. They're 0-2, and then he retired. Everyone's like, "Oh, he'll fit in there." Like sometimes it just doesn't work.
The unvaccinated rapper.
Yeah.
Christian rapper.
Got plenty of time to work on his rap game now, at least.
Cole Beasley, man.
Why wouldn't you, if the checks are going to come in, why wouldn't you just ride it out?
I agree.
Is he getting lit up in practice?
I mean,
or he wasn't going to play.
Honestly, I was going to say all the receivers came back. He probably got cut.
Yeah.
He was going to get cut and just said I retired.
Crazy. All right, that's Pick Central. It's good to have the progress reports in. Accountability. The Yak is up next.